So welcome everybody. So we are now going to talk about data management and interoperability regarding printed circuit boards. We could do that as well regarding integrated circuits, maybe for another session, another time. But yes, we are going to look in that session how we are connected with the most used EDA tools for the PCBs. And I would like to start with some tendency on the market. What we see today is that you cannot design PCBs as you were doing 20 years ago. You have some new element to consider. The first one is that very often you need to have PCBs that will follow curved surfaces to adapt in particular environment. So we have new form factors with flex PCB, which is very important to consider. Then, unfortunately, making PCB is not that great for the carbon footprint. So there are some compliancy for sustainability. Maybe you have heard about the RoHS normative, for example, and there is a need to declare substances when you provide PCBs. On the top right, we have the issue that there is a shortage of some components. It may happen to you that you order a new car and you can have the radar option in front of your car that activate the brake because there is just a lack of a chip. So this is an issue, and sometimes, yes, you need to replace components to make changes. Finally, we noticed in the last years an explosion on the number of variants of the same PCB to adapt to several configuration and market and countries. Therefore, you need to follow that as well. So we need, we see also at Dassault Systèmes that in the electronic world, the company will have to transform from the very small one to the OEM. And if we look at the process, and here I'm showing you the ASIS process, data flow, where basically everything is connected, starting from the sourcing, where you look for components and providers of materials as well. You go to the design of the schematic, layout, mechanical arrangement, so ECAD-MCAD collaboration. You come at the end to the simulations that come unfortunately too late in the design process. Therefore, if there is an error that happen or a change, you cannot work with a specific provider anymore, for example. At that point, you need to come back to the start, and it can cost a lot of time and money. So we need really to improve the way to do. And the idea Dassault Systèmes propose is to connect everything through the 3D Experience platform in the following way, that from the sourcing, from the ideation of the project to the prototyping, we will share the same data model. The same data model will be placed on the 3D Experience platform, eventually on the cloud, and all the personas working in the company, designers, mechanical, electronic designers, simulation guys, manufacturing engineer, management, will be able to work with the same data model. This will allow, you know, to save time, comparing working in silos. And here you can see the different connection we are going to have between the ECAD tool. So below, you are at the level of the ECAD tool like Cadence, Zuken, Mentor Graphics, and so on. There will be a connection with the 3D Experience platform, starting basically from the requirements. All the work will start from the platform. For example, you will have some requirements regarding ergonomy of the product and the available shapes available for the PCB, so that at a certain point, you will be able to have guidance requirement that will be given to the ECAD tool. And then you will look for components. So we can talk about IP search among those available. And we have also the marketplace at Dassault Systèmes, so through part supply to connect vendors and to serve you if you need a connector and so on. Then we have the physical implementation of the PCB that will be dictated by the shape you will have available to draw your layout. And this will come from the platform. And then you have a collaborative environment where simulation, design for manufacturing will be organized in a smart way. At the end, we will go to the manufacturing, being sure that the PCB can be manufactured and can be tested. So this is really a new approach, a new unified data model with electronic semantic. So in order to do that, of course, we need to connect the platform with the ECAD vendor, because Dassault Systèmes does not own any authoring tool for electronics like we do for mechanics. And you know very well that we have SolidWorks and we have CATIA for the authoring tool in mechanics, but we don't have that for electronics. Therefore, the decision has been taken to connect to the world. Therefore, we have a connector to different solution, Cadence, Altium Designer, Zuken, and we can apply the process. What I would suggest to do now is to take the example of basically the workflow we are going to follow for what we call the mechatronics experience. Mechatronics means typically I have the product over there, which is a smart projector, and it will be considered as a box where you will have some elements inside like a PCB, and it will be needed to position the PCB at the right place inside of a box. And this is basically mechatronics, if we add attached cables as well. So everything starts in position number 1 with the product definition, as I said, in the platform, where you have the up-thinking part of the project, and you have several capabilities to share information using communities, and implementing a dashboard where all the relevant information will be shared with all the stakeholders. And after the product definition is done, you can start in point number 2 with the design of the mechanic box that will include the PCB. And of course, we like to do that in Dassault Systèmes with either CATIA or SolidWorks, but we have connectors as well with other solutions on the market like NX, SolidGauge, Inventor. And then, very nice is the component supplier manager that can help you, to select your components and the suppliers as well, and replace eventually suppliers if needed. At a certain point, start the collaboration with the ECAD tool, where at a certain point, a bareboard information will be given as an input to the ECAD tool, and we will change personas. Here, at the level of the product definition, we had the product manager. Number 2, we had the CAD designer, mechanical. Number 3, sorry, we have the sourcing guy. Number 4, we have another persona, which is the ECAD designer, electronic designer, and he will use either Zuken, Cadence, Mentor, Altium. We'll see 2 examples in a minute. And he will implement basically the circuit itself in terms of schematic and layout. Then you will have integration between the PCB and the box. So we ECAD and CAD collaboration. And then we have the simulation. At the end, actually, we are trying to put a bit more of simulation before. As soon as the first PCB is routed or partially routed, we are able to anticipate some signal power integrity simulation, and this will be described by my colleague just after my talk. So as you see, this is a very new workflow where the unique source of truth is the 3D Experience platform, and you can use that project on premise or on the cloud. Let's have a look to an example in the case of basically Cadence. So we start with the design of this nice remote control for gamer, and using 3D Sculptor, new feature into the 3D Experience platform, it's possible, to change very nicely the place you will put your hand on the remote control. Here you go, we go to the SolidWorks model, and the design of the bare board, which is the green part over there. Then, using CircuitWorks inside SolidWorks, it's possible, you know, to provide this bare board information to the ECAD system. So you are going to push the information directly inside Cadence. So now we change persona. We have the electronic designer, and he's going basically to implement, to receive this bare board information, which is the maximum dimension he should not overcome. And he's going to implement some schematic. Eventually, some design rule check will be done in design inside Cadence or Cadix. And at a certain point, the layout will be made, and you will be ready to see, to come back to the platform. So you push the updates directly to CircuitWorks, and here you get them. CircuitWorks get all the chip populated, and at that point, you are able, you know, to make a 3D model out of it and see if it will stand inside of the box. And good news, it works. So at that point, you can calculate the radiated emission. This is what we are doing with electromagnetic engineer role on the 3D experience platform. And here you see the surface current. And you see if you are compliant with the FCC normative, or if, as you can see here, you are going to be above. At the end, you are ready to publish the bill of material for the manufacturing and be ready to manufacture your PCB. So as you can see, we are really closing the loop for the up thinking phase to the manufacturing part. Alors, this great work done with Cadence is a fruit of a partnership we just published and advertised last week in Dallas during the 3D Experience World event. And this is something that is very relevant. And we made a very nice partnership with Cadence on that sense, where Orcadix from Cadence on the cloud is talking basically to 3D Experience SolidWorks on the cloud as well, connecting the dots with our simulation capability that you can have on the Works portfolio. So with electromagnetic engineer, you are able to do signal integrity, power integrity, radiated emission, and thermal analysis. And you will have my colleagues that will give you more information about it in the next sessions. So now what I will do is that I will give another example. We are not working only with Cadence, which is our preferred partner. We also are working with Zuken. And in that case, Zuken decided to develop their own connector to us. And I want to show you another story here using the connector of Zuken, in the case you are using Zuken CR8000 as a tool to route your PCB. So let's start with this story that was presented at the user meeting of Zuken. So Evan is a project manager, and he sees that on his project, there is a need to add a new function in the PCB. So he set the priorities and start working on the dashboard I was mentioning before, and define some kind of to-do. It's like a Gantt diagram. You can set your priority, and you can ask some guys to work on the project. And here, in that case, this is a mechanical designer that is going, you know, to design the bare board information. Here you go, including the mechanical constraints directly inside the platform. And you are going to export the step file. And inside of the Enovia project planner, which is some kind of a Gantt chart, I was saying, you are going to share those information basically to the electronic designer. And we go to the electronic designer. Her name is Sarah. She is using Zuken PCB Designer CR8000. So she received basically the assembly, bare board assembly that was given to her through the connector. And she's attaching the schematic of Zuken, and she's going to modify it a little bit. Here we go. So she's going to implement the new function that the manager wants to have. So she modified the schematic inside of Zuken. And at a certain point, she's going to generate the new layout. Here you go. The new layout is generated, and then you will be able to freeze basically the documents and send them to the platform back again using the connectors that Zuken developed to us. And in particular, the IPC file will be shared through the platform. And at that point, it's good because the other designer will not work on the same project to make modification. Before that, a new guy, Tom, will make the simulation and give his green light on the result for that. So he gets alerted that a PCB is available. So he's going to open the new PCB on the 3D Experience platform. Here you go. And electromagnetic engineer, so CST Studio Suite startup, and he's going to run a power integrity analysis on that PCB. So he's setting the scenario, and he's going really to look at the quality of the power distribution network. And if we look at the curve, we see that there are some resonances at 1 gigahertz, and this is not good because it could get to ground bounds. If you look at the impedance map over there, you see in red where you don't have enough decoupling capacitor. It's not good. So it's going to send a notification to Sarah. She has to review her work. She has to add more decoupling capacitor to the project. At that point, Sarah gets the message. Yes, she has to update it and add more decoupling capacitor. She does it, and after that, Tom is alerted that the new project is ready, and the beauty of ModSim happen here now. You can just import the new model. You don't need to set up the scenario again. So you are going to get to save a lot of time. You can run the simulation as is and appreciate at the end that on the level of your impedance, you don't have resonances anymore. So this is how we close the project. So as you can see, it means working with different stakeholders, the project manager, the electronic designer, the mechanical designer, and the simulation analyst at the end to close the loop. All of them are not exchanging emails or files on a SharePoint folder. They are working on the 3D Experience platform on the cloud, which is very efficient.